The Los Angeles Lakers did not have the season they would have hoped for last season. Struggled with injuries to their two superstars in AD and LeBron, got bounced in the first round, also being impacted by injuries, and as a result have absolutely shaken up their roster, with the only returning pieces being THT, AD, and LeBron. Today we need to talk about this roster, we need to talk about this LA Lakers team, and how good can they actually be for this upcoming season with all of the roster movement they have had as they approach another season led by LeBron and AD, but now having a third star in Russ on the team. That being said, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And be sure to let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this LA Lakers group. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Lakers. As previously mentioned, LeBron, AD, and Talen Horton-Tucker are the only returning pieces for this LA Lakers team, unless I am missing someone, and in which case, please let me know down in the comment section. The point being is they either lost or traded away 12 players this offseason and brought in 10 and then re-signed Talen Horton-Tucker. The incomings consist of Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, Melo Anthony, and Bazemore, Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, and Rajon Rondo. They've brought in a lot of players, and a lot of them are going to play pretty significant roles. That's what makes it so crazy. This is a team that won a title 2 years ago, and they have completely changed their roster. Welcome to LeBron-led teams. Wayne Ellington has come in and will potentially be a starter. It remains to be seen whether him or Malik Monk will be the starting shooting guard, but nonetheless, he will have an important role on this team. Trevor Ariza, likely to be the starting small forward, has been brought in from being with the Miami Heat last year. Dwight Howard has been brought back after being with the championship team and will likely be the backup center. DeAndre Jordan has also been brought in to give him a bit of veteran presence, probably a bit of camaraderie across the veterans with LeBron specifically, and then to have some depth at the center spot. Carmelo Anthony has joined LeBron and will give them some good scoring and rebounding off the bench. Russell Westbrook, most notably, is the biggest addition, giving a third star alongside LeBron and AD. Him being the least injury prone out of the three will likely take a bit of the slack off of LeBron and AD in the regular season, and hope to keep them healthy, injury-free, and ready to roll for the playoffs. Kendrick Nunn has been brought in to give a bit of a scoring punch off of the bench as well, and add a little bit of youth alongside Malik Monk on THT, otherwise a very young team. And then Rajon Rondo is also rejoining as a member of the championship team a couple years ago to give them a little bit of playmaking and a bit of defense off of the bench. But honestly, I expect Kendrick Nunn to get way more of those backup point guard minutes than Rajon Rondo at this point in time in his career. You then look at all the guys that they have lost. Now, sure, they have all been replaced, but Alex Caruso is gone, and they definitely haven't replaced his defense as well. And I think LeBron would like to have him on this team. As much as they've added good pieces, that's probably one of the pieces that they will miss the most, especially when they need that energy and defense off of the bench. Marc Gasol, who was never really used properly with this team, is gone. Dennis Schroeder is gone. Kyle Kuzma was traded away for Russell Westbrook, as well as Montrezl Harrell. Markieff Morris has left the team. Andre Drummond has left the team. McLemore has left the team. Jared Dudley is now a coach and was not brought back for another season for locker room purposes. Wesley Matthews is gone. Alfonso McKinney is gone, as well as Costas Antetokounmpo. So, that being said, let's go talk about the lineup of the LA Lakers for this upcoming season, because it's a little bit different than last year, to say the least. Russell Westbrook, of course, will be the starting point guard. I think it's a very good addition to have the ball not have to be in LeBron's hands as much as Russ's shot selection is a concern, his perimeter shooting isn't great, and because of that, his fit alongside LeBron may be questionable. As far as getting through the regular season and staying healthy, I think it's going to be a great fit, and I think it's going to be good to have another scoring option and a guy who can create his own shot and attack the rim by himself on playoff time. The shooting guard spot remains to be seen whether it's going to be Malik Monk or Wayne Ellington start, and you can make the case for either. Irregardless, Malik Monk currently is the better player in my opinion. He can get his own shot, ISO, catch and shoot, you name it. This guy just gets buckets, and I think it's something that this Lakers team will definitely benefit from. It's someone outside of Russ and LeBron who can be on the perimeter and can get his own bucket. That was needed. That was definitely needed in my opinion. So whether they want that in the sixth-man role off of the bench, or they want that alongside LeBron as a floor spacer and can someone else who can get his own shot, that remains to be seen. But nonetheless, he will be there, and then Ellington can give them some three-point shooting as well. I would expect Trevor Ariza to be the starter at small forward. His three-point shooting and defense is nowhere near what it used to be, but it's still good enough to be in this role and be a fine role player. And then LeBron and AD are expected to run the 4 and the 5 respectively this upcoming season. That's been the reports. As much as AD does not like playing at the 5, I think it's the best spot for him. He is a center. That's where he's most effective. Protecting the rim, he's great at. Finishing down low, he's great at. It makes for better floor spacing on this team. It makes for a better free-flowing offense. And especially with Russ being at the point guard spot now, with him not being a great three-point shooter, I think everything just makes sense for AD to be the starting center. And then LeBron's just going to do his thing. He's going to be playing like a point guard half the time anyways, but Russ is now in the team. So it'll be interesting to see how they split the on-ball duties for this upcoming season, no doubt about it. But the reports have also come out that this is AD's team. This is going to be AD's team to lead. There might be a bit more of a passing of the torch this upcoming season, and that'll be interesting to see how that goes, because AD, when he has to lead, often gets injured. So we'll have to see how that one pans out throughout the course of the season, because ultimately, I would expect this team is going to be relatively smart about how they approach this regular season, and as long as they can get in with enough comfort, then they should be fine to just get in, but prioritizing being healthy, rested, and ready to roll for the playoffs, especially after the injury-riddled season they had last year. As far as their bench goes, Kendrick Nunn's going to give them some good scoring off of the bench, but again, whether Malik Monk comes off the bench or not as well, they're going to have a nice bit of young scoring punch there between Nunn and Monk. I think that'll be a very important part of this team. Rajon Rondo's there, but I don't expect him to play that much personally, but I think he will serve his role if injuries occur and have a good bit of veteran experience on this team. Taylor Horton-Tucker will have an important role off of this bench for some scoring purposes. Someone else on this team who can create their own shot and get their own bucket. So I think he will do well to do that on this bench, and LaMelo Ball will do a similar thing on this team while giving them good rebounding as well. And then Dwight Howard is just going to be a solid rim protector and rebounder for them off of the bench, and I think is going to do a brilliant job for them in that role like he did a couple of years ago when they won the title. There will be a few other pieces that might get some minutes here and there, like Rondo might get a few minutes, Bazemore might get a few minutes, DeAndre Jordan might get a few minutes, but ultimately that is the core of their group. Question is this the team that's going to win an NBA championship? And I think they have every chance to do so. I think they are right up there as a team to beat with the Bucks, with the Nets, with the Lakers. I think that's the top three, at least in my opinion, as far as the top three contenders. And the Lakers are right in the mix as long as they can stay healthy. That is the biggest question. Sure, they have 10 new pieces that they have to integrate into this team, and they have to figure out their rotations and figure out how they're going to play together. They'll figure it out come playoff time. I'm not too concerned about that. It's LeBron and it's Russ. Other than that dynamic, every other dynamic should be fine. Monk will get his buckets. Everyone else, for the most part, is floor spacers. THT was on this team last year. He knows his role. They'll be fine. They'll figure it out. There are a bunch of vets that can find their role and do their thing. They'll be good. The biggest thing is health. Can AD and LeBron stay healthy? LeBron had naturally stayed healthy and was an absolute Iron Man through most of his career. But 2 of the last 3 years now, 2 of the last 3 years? 2 of the last 3 years, he has struggled to stay healthy. He has not stayed healthy. And so that is something now at his age you have to put into question, because naturally, as much as LeBron is a freak of nature, he still is human, and eventually his body is going to wear down, and AD has always had injury concerns. If this team is healthy, they have to be one of the favorites to win the NBA Finals next season, no doubt about it. But it fully depends on health, and they need to make sure that that's what they can maintain throughout the season next year. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this group, all the roster changes they've made, and how successful you expect this Lakers team to be in the upcoming season. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my other season previews as we approach the NBA season, then be sure to click the box on the right hand side of the screen. That being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.